Tim Miller, what say you, my friend?
Well, I think that Elizabeth Warren's night ended last night, so one of those people probably should have been dropping out.
And you think her campaign ended last night?
I mean, look, Elizabeth Warren is from neighboring Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. Salem, Massachusetts is literally a Boston suburb. It's 40 minutes straight up I-93. She got 6%. What did I say?
It's Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes, well, it might as well be Massachusetts, but yeah, Salem, New Hampshire. She got 6% there.
Yeah.
She's a senator from the neighboring state. And I think that Amy Klobuchar's night kind of reminded me of a night that I spent with John back in 2012 with John Huntsman, where we had a nice surge the final days from 5th to 3rd, but then a week later we were dropped out of the race. We ran out of money. It feels like a sugar high to me. So look, right now we have Bernie Sanders. Pete Buttigieg is the clear alternative. I think that a lot of times people here in New York don't maybe give the appreciation that it deserves for how ridiculously amazing and astounding it is that an out-married gay man is leading the delegate race because it's so normal here, right? But look, 12 years ago, 8 years ago, both candidates were against gay marriage. 8 years ago, this decade, Pete Buttigieg was in the closet in 2012. I was in the closet in 2012. We were working for John. I was working for Mitt Romney at the time.
This is a much better
Look at what has
conversation than what I was
happened.
going to do. Okay, wait.
Look at what has happened.
Let me ask you. I have 5,000 questions for you, but I understand we only have 20 minutes left. Let me ask you this. Why wasn't Buttigieg's win in Iowa a bigger banner headline? I thought it was as big of a political, even though it took a few days to find out that he'd won, why wasn't it as big of a deal that Pete Buttigieg won Iowa this year as it was that Barack Obama won Iowa in 2008?
Well, a couple of reasons. One was the Iowa caucus debacle. The other was that Donald Trump's State of the Union and all the insanity that you've talked about the first half hour on this show happened over the past week. But honestly, the third reason is that I think that people in the media gatekeepers, this is kind of old news. And in New York and in D.C. and in Los Angeles, being gay is like not a big deal at all anymore. Being gay married is not a big deal at all anymore. But in Iowa, in Dubuque, Iowa, in Sioux City, Iowa, Pete Buttigieg won. I think there are a lot of young people in those cities that don't have role models, that don't have married gay role models, for whom this was a massive deal. To compare it to Obama, I mean, obviously the historic nature of that. I wouldn't want to compare it, but for those individuals,
right. I was just saying,
is astonishing.
It wasn't the expected outcome. It was as unexpected as Obama's win.
I think there's one other reason, in addition to the reason that Tim said. I think, the fact that the caucus, in addition to the caucus being a mess, and they're not being just a clear on the night, here's the winner.
Right.
The fact that they
the next night,
or the next night, or the night after, then after that, the fact that they moved to this system where they revealed the popular vote has allowed Bernie Sanders, and I would do the same thing if I were on his team, to run around saying, well, we won the caucuses because we got the most votes. Well, I mean, just strictly speaking, it's not true. I mean, this is a delegate fight. You need to get to 1,991 delegates to be the Democratic nominee. If you got the most delegates out of the state, you've won the state. You can make a talking point out of winning the popular vote, but you didn't win the state. But I think they've done an effective job kind of muddying the water by saying, well, we won the popular vote. And so that, combined with the caucus being a mess, combined with the State of the Union, even setting aside the cultural issues related to the disparity between how big a deal it is in the eyes of New York versus other places, those three things, Trump, the acquittal happened, the State of the Union and the acquittal 2 days in a row, and the caucuses were a mess, and you had now a dual results coming out of it. All of that contributed to not the kind of clean, clear night of the caucuses, this is the winner that you need if you're going to get that wave of media attention where local, international, digital, traditional, every media outlet all over the world is screaming out the winner. That just didn't happen for people.
But here we are today. He's still the delegate leader. And people are talking about Amy Klobuchar. Nothing against Amy's third place, victory last night. But he's the delegate leader, an openly gay man, an openly gay mayor of a mid-sized town. And it's absolutely stunning, and I think has cultural, in addition to political, significance that it's getting short shrift.
He also has upset Bernie Sanders in both states. Bernie Sanders should have won Iowa running away, and he should have won New Hampshire running away. He did neither. So Pete Buttigieg has capitalized on whether they're Sanders' weaknesses or Buttigieg's strengths, I'm not sure. But he is certainly having the greatest impact on the person that we thought was the frontrunner.
Who's still the front runner?
Who's still the front
I
runner?
mean, he's in a very good position going into Nevada and South Carolina, which is, sort of why I'm raising this point now, because this should be Pete's moment, because I think Bernie is well situated. I think if we're just moving off of the historic nature of this to just rank, political punditry, Bernie is extremely well situated.
Let's
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.